Good day, everyone, especially to our instructor, Miss Ella Israel. So, this time, we will talk about the Region 7 or the Central Visayas. One of the places in Region 7 or in Central Visayas is the Cebu city. We will know its geography, culture, famous landmark, and foods. So Cebu City is located in Philippines, which its region is in Central Visayas and its province in Cebu. It has also 80 barangays and its climate type is tropical monsoon climate. The native language of Cebu City is Cebuano, and their dominant religion is Roman Catholicism that has an 80%. Their notable festival, which is very famous, the Sinulog Festival, that is held during the third Sunday of January. Their Catholic diocese is Archdiocese of Cebu. Cebu City, officially the City of Cebu, also called Dakbayan sa SUGBO in Cebuano and Lungsod ng Cebu in Tagalog. It is a first-class, highly urbanized city in the region of Central Visayas, Philippines. According to the 2015 census, it has a 922,611 people, or its total population, which makes it the 5th most populated city in the nation and most populous in Visayas. Let us move on to its geography. Cebu City has a 315 square kilometers land area, or equivalent to 122 square millimeters. To the northeast of the city is Mandaue City and the town of Consolacion. Toledo City is in the west and the town of Balamban and Asturias. And to the south is the Talisay City in the town of Minglanilla. I know that most of those places that I've mentioned you are already familiar. Next, across MACTAN Strait to the east is MACTAN Island, where Lapu-Lapu is located. Further east across the Cebu Strait is the island of Bohol. Next, as you can see, this is the picture of skyline of Central Cebu City at night. Below is the aerial view of Cebu City North District. The next is the panorama of Cebu City South District. And the last is the harbor of Cebu City Pier 1. So, barangays. The barangays of Cebu City comprises of 80 barangays. Those barangays are grouped into two congressional districts with 46 barangays in the northern district and 34 in the southern district. The three most populous are Guadalupe, that has an 61,000. Next is Lahog, that has 38,000, and Tesa, that has 37,000. The next is their climate. Cebu City has a tropical monsoon climate under the Köppen climate classification. It has a lengthy wet season and a short dry season. Only the months of March and April has a falling into the latter season. So the average temperature shows little variance during the year, with average daily temperature temperatures show little variance during the year, with average daily temperature ranging from 27 degrees Celsius or the 81 degree Fahrenheit to 29 degrees Celsius or 84 degree Fahrenheit. The city, on averages, experiences roughly 1,700 millimeters of precipitation annually. Next is their culture. So their culture, one of the is procession during the feast day of Santo Niño and devotees inside the Basilica del Santo Niño. So as you can see to the pictures, there are many people who celebrate or who practice their culture. Cebu City is a significant cultural center in the Philippines. The imprint of Spanish and Roman Catholic Church or Catholic culture is evident. The city's most famous landmark is Magellan's Cross. So this cross, now housed in a chapel, is reputed to have been erected by Ferdinand Magellan or Fernão Magalhães when he arrived in the Philippines in 1521. It was encased in hollow Tindalo wood in 1835 upon the order of Augustinian Bishop Santos Gomez Marañon to prevent devotees from taking it home chip by chip. So the same bishop restored the present template or kiosk. So it is located at Magallanes Street between the City Hall and Colegio del Santo Niño. Revered by Filipinos, so the Magellan's Cross is a symbol of Christianity in the Philippines. So a few steps away from Magellan's Cross is the Basilica Minor del Santo Niño or the Church of the Holy Child. This is an Augustinian church elevated to the rank of Basilica in 1965 during the 400th anniversary celebration of Christianity in the Philippines that was held in Cebu. So the church, which was the first to be established in the islands, is built of hewn stone and features the country's oldest relic, the figure of the Santo Niño de Cebu or the Holy Child of Cebu, who is Jesus Christ as a child. So it is celebrated during the island cultural festivities known as the Sinulog Festival. I know that most of you already went to Sinulog Festival. It is held every third Sunday of January and it celebrates the festival of the Santo Niño, who was formerly considered as the patron saint of Cebu. So this patronage was later changed into that of Our Lady of Guadalupe after it was realized that the Santo Niño could not be a patron saint because he was an image of Christ and not a saint. The Sinulog is a dance prayer ritual of pre-Hispanic indigenous origin. The dancer moves 2 steps forward and 1 step backward to the rhythmic sound of drums. This movement resembles somewhat the current sulog of the river. Thus, the Cebuanos called it Sinulog. So, let us move on to their music. Cebu City. So they are regarded as the birthplace of Bisrock, which term coined by Cebuano writer Januar E. Yap in 2002. Its notable best rock bands include Missing Philemon, Junior Kilat, Phylum, and Scrambled Eggs, among others. Popular Filipino bands or Bandab and Queshi also hail from Cebu, but most sing their songs in English, and in the latter's case, also in Tagalog. So the Cebu Reggae Festival is considered a popular Filipino reggae and roots music festival. It now has become one of the Philippines' largest annual reggae festivals. In the 1980s and 2000s, the city authorities of Cebu added the religious feast of Santo Niño de Cebu during the Sinulog Festival to its cultural event. The city joined UNESCO network of creative cities as a design city on October 31, 2019, on the occasion of World Cities Day. So the Life Dance and Sinulog Invasion are rave music festivals held in the city in the days before the Sinulog Festival. These music are regarded as among the biggest music festivals in the country. The Cebu Pop Music Festival is an annual music festival founded in 1980, showcasing Cebuano language pop songs. Like Life Dance and Sinulog Invasion, the music festival is also held in the days before the Sinulog Festival. On Cebuano musical heritage, the Jose R. Gullas Halad Museum in Vigulas Street, former Manalili, corner D. Jacosalem Street in Cebu City, holds musical memorabilia of Cebuano composers in the early 20th century. The likes of Ben Zubiri, which is the composer of Matud Nila, Inting Ruby, which composed the Kasadya ning Taknaa, and Mingoy Lopez, who composed the Rosas Pandan. Next is, since 2013, Cebu has hosted the Visayan Pop Songwriting Campaign, an annual songwriting competition that aimed to showcase songs written in Cebuano language. They founded by multi-awarded artists, includes Jude Gitamondok, Ian Zafra, Katsuki Espina, and Missing Philemon's frontman Lorenzo Ninal. Through the Artists and Musicians Marketing Cooperative, or the Artistco, with the support of the Philippine Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. Vispop, or sometimes Visayan Pop, later evolved from being associated with the music festival to a genre of a new wave of Visayan pop songs that gained nationwide popularity, even those songs that were not exclusively produced for or presented in the contest. So, there's sports. The Cebu City Sports Complex. This is the picture. So next is the Cebu Schools Athletic Foundation is based in the city. So the member of schools are located within the Metro Cebu area. Philippines is considered as one of the strongest college sports league. The city has an active boxing scene. ALA Gym, one of the most famous boxing gyms in the Philippines. It is based in the city, at the Banilad district. So in addition, ALA Gyms promotion arm, the ALA Promotions organizes the Pinoy Pride Boxing Series. So the longest running association football competition in Cebu is the Aboitiz Football Cup. The cup has been considered to be the most prestigious association football tournaments in Cebu. It is organized and supported by the Aboitiz family, one of the Philippines' richest families, and the owners of one of the Philippines' largest conglomerates, which is the Aboitiz Equity Ventures. The Cebu City Sharks is currently the only professional sports team that is playing in the city. The team plays in the South Division of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, or the MPBL. The team plays its home games at the Hoops Dome in nearby Lapu-Lapu and at the USJR Coliseum that is located in Barangay Basak, Pardo. So the former professional sports team include the following: the Global Cebu, which played in the now defunct Philippine Football League, or the PFL. They played their home games at the Cebu City Sports Complex. They have since moved to Makati, changing their name correspondingly into Global Makati FC. Cebu City Chefs, a rugby league team that participated in the Philippines National Rugby League. Next is the Cebu Dragons, a rugby union team in the Philippine Rugby Football Union. Next is Cebu Gems, a basketball team that played in the now defunct Metropolitan Basketball Association, or the NBA. The Gems played their home games at the Cebu Coliseum. Next, let us move to the tourism. Tourism is a thriving industry in Cebu. So it hosted the 1998 ASEAN Tourism Forum. It also hosted the East Asian Tourism Forum in August 2002. So in which the province of Cebu is a member of signatory. So the views of Cebu City and its skyline can be seen from villages and numerous gated communities located on its mountain sides. So there is a significant number of Filipino Spanish heritage buildings in Cebu City. That includes Fort San Pedro, Basilica del Santo Niño, Magellan's Cross, and the Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral. So the city hosts the Museo SUGBO and Casa Gorordo Museum. So the Cebu Taoist Temple is also situated within the city. So this is the Fort San Pedro, the Plaza Independencia de Cebu, the Cebu Taoist Temple, and the Waterfront Cebu City Hotel. Let us now move to its famous landmarks. First is the Magellan's Cross. On the March 16, 1521, when Philippines was discovered by Magellan, goes the opening line of a local folk song. So this is the picture of Magellan's Cross. Next is the Fort San Pedro. Prided as the country's oldest and smallest fort, or the Fuerte de San Pedro, or more popularly known as Fort San Pedro. So it is a well-known tourist attraction in Cebu. It was built as a military defense structure under the command of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. So he is the first governor general in the Philippines. Next is the Cebu Heritage Monument. Walking distance from Fort San Pedro, you can see the Cebu Heritage Monument. It is an extravagant bronze tableau masterpiece by local artist Eduardo Castrillo that is constructed from July 1997 to December 2000. So the work depicts the most historical events of Cebu, starting from the time of Ra Humabon in the infamous Battle of Mactan, up to the beatification of Cebuano martyr Pedro Calungsod. So this is the Cebu Heritage Monument. Next is the YAP-SANDIEGO Ancestral House. Right across the Heritage Monument is the YAP-SANDIEGO Ancestral House. It is one of the oldest homes in the Philippines and is believed to be the oldest Chinese house outside of China. The ancestral house was built by Don Juan Yap between 1675 and 17,000 for his growing family. So, Donna Maria Florido is his wife and they have their 3 children, which are Maria, Eleuterio, and Consolacion. So the upper is the picture outside the house and the next picture is inside the house. Next is the Museo de SUGBO. It is located a few blocks from the YAP-SANDIEGO Ancestral House. Is the Museo de SUGBO. Museo de SUGBO, or the Cebu Provincial Museum, it holds a unique history of its own. It is designed by Domingo de Escondrillas, or the Cebu's only architect at the time. The structure was built in 1871 as the Carcel de Cebu, or the provincial jail. The Carcel was originally intended to be the main prison of the Visayas island, which would account for the establishment's large size. So this is the Museo de SUGBO. Next is the MACTAN Shrine. Ride a cab to Lapu-Lapu City and head on to our last stop, the MACTAN Shrine. It is built to commemorate Philippines' first battle. The MACTAN Shrine is Cebu's tribute to Dato Lapu-Lapu for defending Cebu from the invading Spaniards that was led by Ferdinand Magellan in the Battle of Mactan that happened on April 27, 1521. To pay homage to both historical figures, the Mactan Shrine holds the Lapu-Lapu Shrine and the Magellan Shrine. So this is a picture of Mactan Shrine. Next, let us move on to their foods. First is a hopya sa Cebu. So, most of us has already eaten hopya from Cebu. Next is the chicharon sa karkar. This is the chicharon sa karkar. Pintos sa bugo. Pugo. Then, budbod or the budbod kabog sa sugod. Next is a MASI or peanut rice ball sa LILOAN. Then, bingka or bibingka sa Mandaue. Next is bocarillo or bokayo and ampaw sa karkar. This is the ampaw. And the masrial sa Mandaue. Then, puto. And of course, the putput or the KUTCHINTA. Next is the budbod balanghoy or suman. And of course, the otap. And then the dried mangoes. That's all of Cebu City. So next, let us move to Negros Oriental. So it is also located in Philippines, and its region is in Central Visayas, Region 7. So the capital is in Dumaguete. It has a 557 barangays, and their spoken languages is Cebuano, Hiligaynon, Filipino, and English. So, Negros Oriental, or in Cebuano, Sidlakang Negros, in Tagalog, Silangang Negros, is a province in the Philippines that is located in the Central Visayas region. Its capital is the city of Dumaguete, and it occupies the southeastern half of the large island of Negros and borders Negros Occidental, in which it comprises the northwestern half. It also includes Apo Island, which is a popular dive site for both local and foreign tourists. Next is its geography. Negros Oriental occupies the southeastern half of the island of Negros, with Negros Occidental comprising the northwestern half. It has a total land area of 5,385.53 kilometers. A chain of rugged mountains separates region Oriental from Negros Occidental. Negros Oriental faces Cebu to the east across the Tanyon Strait and Siquijor to the southeast. The Sulu Sea borders to the southwest. Negros is basically volcanic, making its soil ideal for agriculture. 80% of all arable land in the island region is cultivated. So, in the left side is the rock formation of Apo Island, and on the right is Mount Talinis, also known as the Cuernos de Negros, that is located southwest of Valencia. It is the second highest volcanic mountain in Negros. So this is their topography. The province topography is characterized by low, grooved mountain ranges, of which some lie close to the shoreline. So at the southern end of the province is the Mount Talinis, which is also known as Cuernos de Negros, or the Horns of Negros, in which it is a dormant complex volcano which arises to the height of 2,000 meters, or has a 6,600 feet. At the northern end of the province is the active Canlaon volcano, which is the highest peak of the island region, with a height of 2,465 meters, or has a 8,087 feet. So there are a few flatlands and plateaus in the interior to the southwest of the province, which includes the Tablas Plateau. So one of the landmarks of Dumaguete is the Dumaguete Bell Tower, in which it stands next to the Saint Catherine of Alexandria Cathedral. It once used to warn the city of impending pirate attack. So it is used to spread awareness like this, which the pirate attacks. So their climate in Negros Oriental is a tropical climate because of the mountain range running from the north to the south. The province has two types of climate condition: The eastern part of the province is characterized by unpronounced maximum rainfall with a short dry season lasting from 1 to 3 months. In the western half of the province is characterized by a distinct wet season and dry season. So their culture. Buglasan Festival at the Ninoy Aquino Memorial Freedom Park in Dumaguete City. So this is the picture. So each town in Negros Oriental celebrates an annual town fiesta that is usually dedicated to a patron saint of a particular town or city. In some of the larger towns, there are particular fiestas for specific neighborhoods or barangays, like G. Malalud, that is held during January 15, or the Senior Santo Niño. Next is the Sibulan, June 13, Saint Antonio de Padua, Tayasan, June 13, Saint Antonio de Padua, Tanjay City, that is held during July 25, or the Saint James the Greater. Bacong in August 28, or the Saint Augustine of Hippo. Bais City in September 10, or the Saint Nicholas de Tolentino. Dawin, September 10, Saint Nicholas de Tolentino. Manjuyod, October 4, Saint Francis of Assisi. Dumaguete City, November 25, or the Saint Catherine de Alexandria. Amlan, November 30, the Saint Andrew. So additionally, the Buglasan Festival, which was revived in 2001, it is celebrated annually in October in the provincial capital of Dumaguete and is hailed as Negros Oriental's Festival of Festivals. So it is a week-long celebration, so where you can see unique booths of each town and city in Negros Oriental that features their native products and tourist attractions. So the highlight of the occasion in the float parade and the street dancing competition. So they have a float parade and street dancing competition. So the province is the home of the last living remnants of the Inata language speakers. The Cebuano language is spoken throughout the province, while the indigenous Minagahat language is spoken in the south. So this is the skyline of a beach resort in the province. So this is the skyline of a beach resort in the province. Next, let us move on to their famous landmarks. First is the Suleiman University, that has a historic sites or the architectural buildings. Then the Rizal Boulevard, that points of the interest and landmarks or the historic walking areas. Then the Saint Catherine of Alexandria Cathedral. This is their religious sites. Then the Dungaw Peak or the Lookouts and Belfry, the historic sites. Then Sisters of St. Paul of Chartres Monument, or the points of the interest in landmarks, the monuments of statues. Then the Bell Church, or the points of the interest in landmarks, it is also churches and cathedrals. Also the Negros Oriental Arts and Heritage, or the NOAA. It has also points of interest and landmarks. Then the Filipino-American-Japanese Amity Shrine and San Antonio de Padua Church. Also the Canlaon City, or the Century Tree de la Kit. Then Our Lady's Garden. Also the Apo Island View Deck. and the parish of Saint Augustine of Hippo, and the Looc Memorial Shrine, and also the Apo Island Lighthouse. So those are the famous landmarks of Negros Oriental. Then, let's move on to their foods. First is the Sans Rival. So the pride of Dumaguete. It is the pride of Dumaguete. This pastry is made from basically of meringue sandwich with cream and butter and showered with cashew nuts. It is sliced into loaves of bread. This light dessert is perfect with coffee to satisfy your buttery cravings. I took a slice, and at first bite, the cream sips into your taste buds as it was served chilled. I finished the slice in a minute and felt like I want to ask for more. However, I need to try the second item. Next is the Silvana. The sister of Sans Rival is a cookie made also of meringue but filled with butter and cream. It is chewier and best eaten chilled, closer to ice cream sandwich. Once you took a bite, you won't stop to take or eat a box of this. I've tasted ones from Nueva Ecija and guaranteed their milky goodness. Can't help to take more, but I have to buy other delicacies as well. Next, we will move to Budbod Kabog. This rolled Malay rice cake from Tanjay City is their specialty. Malay is a kind of round grain is made in these sticky cakes and a common staple for breakfast in public markets in Negros. The rice cakes are more expensive than common glutinous rice varieties, but the texture is different. So the taste varies as it is not too sweet, perfect with a slice of ripe mangoes and chocolate drink for a fulfilling breakfast. Next is the Inato Pecho. It is a Visayas. Visayans have several ways of grilling chicken like inasal and inato. Lately, I found out that Dumaguete is the birthplace of famous Joss Chicken Inato. So this barbecue, grilled to a tender juicy crisp, and marinated in a special sauce for its aromatic flavor, and served with achara or picked papaya. Their single serving is big enough to make you full. Coupled with unlimited rice, I enjoyed every bite and left nothing but little inedible chicken bones. Next is the barquiron. Barquiron is a fusion of two delicacies, the barquillos or the wafer rolls, and polvoron, which is the powdered milk candy. Polvoron is put in every wafer roll and packed. The taste is light, as sweetness of polvoron overpowers the plain flavor of barquillo. So it is a perfect pasalubong for people who enjoy these two treats in one package. So this is the barquiron. So those are the foods in Negros Oriental.